So tell me about this concert on the 27th.
Oh, okay. It's called Bridge to Russia, and it's a fundraising concert. It's an annual event, actually, that's put on by the Portland Khabarovsk Sister City Association, or PIXCA for short. And this year, they're using that concert to fundraise for the Jazz Bridge Project, which is this endeavor that I've been working to organize, along with a lot of help on both sides of whatever ocean we're apart from with Russia, to put together a cultural exchange between Portland and the city of Khabarovsk. So the funds from the concert are going to go to that, and it's a jazz concert, and we're going to it's going to feature the performers who are going on the visit: myself, Alan Jones, Marilyn Keller, Charlie Gray, Scott Hall, as well as special guests. Andrei Gitayev and his wonderful wife Anastasia are going to perform, as well as other special guests that we will have. So it's going to be a really fantastic night, and a reception at 6 with Russian hors d'oeuvres, and then the concert following. So.
What is the Sister City program, and where is that?
Well, Portland, I don't know how many sister cities Portland has, but it is a number of cities all over the world. And the Sister City program is really a citizen-to-citizen initiative. I mean, at least here in the States, it's not driven by governments or diplomacy. It's really just people who are maybe from a different country or connecting with people here. And through that channel, all kinds of interesting things get done, all kinds of projects. So I think the Portland PIXCA was formed in 1988, and there have been a number of exchanges going back and forth, and a number of projects going on. I know that a wonderful pianist named Dorothy Fallman took some classical pianists over to Khabarovsk in maybe 2000. They brought some classical piano teachers from there to visit here, and then just last October, a group of faculty and students from the Arts College in Khabarovsk came to visit Portland, and they played concerts. They worked with our students. They taught. We hung out, and so it was a really wonderful exchange that we did. And so they invited us on a reciprocal exchange, so we agreed. And unfortunately, we're going in December, which is not the ideal time, as I've heard, to go to the Russian Far East. But it's actually a pretty significant time, because one of the artists who came, Vasyaslav Zakharov, is turning 70, and he's a celebrated artist and a jazz hero of Russia, so he's turning 70. So they're having parties and citywide concerts, and so it was we had to. It was a great time for us to go and participate in that. So that's why we're going in December.
How far east is it?
How far east is it? Well, it's near the China border.
Wow, that's pretty far east.
It's several hours, like a day, something from Moscow. I mean, it's really a different part of Russia. Apparently it's not technically Siberia, although we in the States would say it's the east of Siberia, but it's actually the same latitude as Vancouver, BC.
Really?
But apparently in the winter, it's way colder. So that's where we're going.
So the same band will be playing at this concert?
Right. Yes, they will.
Yeah. Are you going to be playing the same tunes that you're thinking about playing in Russia? I mean, what are you thinking about playing over there?
Well, it's interesting. I've been trying to, and I'm in the middle of researching this. How many artists have been, American artists have been to Khabarovsk in terms of jazz, and don't know yet, but not that many. And although they do have this sort of history of jazz there, the second jazz festival in the Soviet Union, 1967, was held in Khabarovsk, of all places. But anyway, so we're going to maybe go a little bit historical and sort of cover, because we'll be doing a lot of teaching there as well, and presentations, so we'll cover some of the range. And with the artists that we have, I mean, Marilyn Keller sings traditional jazz, and we'll play some of the, some more bebop-oriented things, and then we have, all of us are composing. So one of the things we'll play at the concert, which is pretty exciting, is I asked 7, myself included, 6 other composers, each to compose a movement of a suite that's dedicated to Khabarovsk, and it's based on some photographs that we saw of the Amur River, which is the river that runs through Khabarovsk, much like the Columbia sort of defines Portland. The Amur River that's the river that runs through Khabarovsk. So we had some photographs and some pieces that were actually about that river, Russian pieces, that sort of form the musical basis of this. So we wrote the Amur Suite, and we're going to play some or all of the movements of that suite. So we have a movement by Gordon Lee, Alan Jones, myself, Scott Hall, Charlie Gray, Ez Weiss, and I'm missing something.
Pretty good lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, so it's the first time I've done anything like this. It's sort of a joint composition. So we're going to premiere that piece on the 27th. So.
What style is your movement written in?
Wow, what style is it? It's interesting. Well, I based mine on this kind of contemporary pop tune that is about, I think it's called Amour Waves, and it's about, the beauty of the river, but I thought there's some melodies in that are very interesting, so I sort of tried to extract a little bit of that. So it's kind of straight eighth. I'd say it's my style. I mean, it's something that would go on a record of, Darrell Grant, but hard to say exactly what that style is.
Do you know if Andrei Kitaev has been back to Russia?
I don't know that he's been back since he came.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know he was there for quite a while, and so.
That should be an interesting experience.
I think so. You mean going?
Yeah, with him.
Oh well, he's not actually going.
Oh,
no,
okay.
He's
okay.
guesting on the concert, but no, he's not going back.
I
think he's spent enough time
Yeah.
there. He's happy to be in Portland.
What else you got going on?
What else do I have going on? Well, this is it. This is the biggest biggest project that I've done, and it's interesting. Yeah, it really is. I mean, and the fact that it's so it's so spread out. I mean, I'm getting emails and letters in Russian from the Russians, having them translated, and the biggest thing that we're doing is really trying to fundraise for this concert or for this exchange, because they are hosting us once we get there, but we, this is a goodwill exchange. The musicians are not being paid for our teaching or playing, so we have to fundraise for our international airfare, and you can imagine trying to travel internationally in December. So that's been pretty much my main activity. I mean, I have some things coming up in February. I'm doing a concert at Reed College, their annual Black History Month concert, doing a weekend down at the Oxford Hotel in Bend, their jazz series. But my main thing is trying to get this wonderful cultural exchange going.
There's got to be an album that's going to come out of this, don't you think?
Well, something, I imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be great to have the music,
Yeah.
and this piece, I'm really excited. I mean, it's done. It'll be about a 40-minute piece, so it would be great to be able to record that.
What else do you need?
Yeah.
And if people want to contribute who are not coming to the benefit, how do they do that?
They can actually go online to the PIXCA website. That's pksca.org. And there's a donate button there, so there are a number of opportunities to donate to the project.
And if you didn't get that, it'll be right under this screen that you're looking at. Thanks a lot, Darrell.
All right, my pleasure.